Good evening, soccer fans. On behalf of the Washington Community High School, we would like to welcome everyone to today's IHSA Super Sectional Soccer match between Peoria Notre Dame Irish and the Lyle Benet Academy Red Wings. For today's match, Notre Dame will be the home team on the scoreboard, and Benet Academy will be the visiting team. Notre Dame is coached by Ben Ralph and assisted by Jeremy Delavalli, Mark Steib, Sam Cohen, and Jake Tuzak. Benet Academy is coached by Gerald Aukener and assisted by Martin Musella, Mariana Pinto, Kim Sayers, and Kate Hennessy. Before we begin player introductions, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Now we'll meet the starters for both teams, starting with Benet Academy. At number 00, Shannon Clark. Number 2, Rania Fikri. Number 5, Reese McDonald. Number 6, Sadie Sturbin. Number 9, Kira Petruselli. Number 10, Amy Fitzgerald. Number 12, Gabby Hedden. Number 16, Bailey Abbott. Number 20, Ivana Bukas. Number 21, Anna Kashmir. Number 22, Nora Hansen. Now for the starting lineup for Peoria Notre Dame. Number 1, Addie Janetti. Number 4, Ellen Dahlquist. Number 5, Parker Miller. Number 6, Maya Wardle. Number 7, Maddie Stippelmeyer. Number 8, Allie Stippelmeyer. Number 11, Ellie Bear. Number 12, Meredith Oliver. Number 15, Claire Gerard. Number 16, Abigail Chaddock. Number 19, Jane Greer. Good luck to both teams. Today's game is officiated by Brad Steinhagen, Rodney Schaefer, and George Shaw. To help ensure the safest and most comfortable atmosphere to host event, staff will diligently maintain established security procedures and activities. This will require complete cooperation by all competing teams, officials, and fans. Security will always have priority over convenience. Therefore, if you are requested to cooperate with event personnel in any way, please do so promptly. You don't dream of simply playing soccer, you dream of dominating it. Wilson exists to push you to the distance between your dreams and reality.
Welcome, Peoria Notre Dame High School soccer fans, to this super sectional title game between your Lady Irish and Lyle Benet Academy. I'm Rob Kenny here with my partner, Mike Bear. Mike, we got a beautiful night here, a little warm still, but the sun is behind us. It's going to be shade for all the players out there. We're looking at two very similar teams here based on records, based on defensive prowess. both coming off 4-0 victories with 4 different girls scoring in sectional title games here. You always look for a tough match here in a super sectional game, but this has the whiff of a 1-0 to it.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
The Irish rolling out there on normal starting lineup out there, starting 11, anchored by Addie Jeanetton, All-State goalkeep. Addie looking at a long string of clean sheets here so far this season, 30 actually in her total career, 2-year career as a starter, 18 of them this year. And there is an absolute same thing going on with the same sort of streak going on for Lyle Benet. They pack up the clean sheets absolutely the same way that the Irish do. You won't be hearing from Mike Bear here for a little while here. We're having technical problems with his equipment. So you're forced to listen to me. Irish are now a little bit on their heels here to start. Going to get a goal kick out of it though. The first sort of pseudo attempt on goal there. Bounced up a little high. This game, as you can see, being played on turf. We're here being hosted by our friends across the river, the Washington Panthers. Doing a great job of hosting sectionals, super sectionals over the year. Doing the same thing this year. Plenty of volunteers. Happy to be playing here on a beautiful looking turf pitch.
Rob, I was a little bit worried there. I thought I got fired before the game even started.
I did tell them before the game, if we could just turn Mike down. I didn't know they were going to unplug you. I was just talking about the string of clean sheets both of these squads have been putting up here over the last half of the season.
Yeah, both teams are very strong defensively, don't allow a lot of goals. I believe Bennett's had something to the tune of 16 shutouts on the season, and I know Notre Dame's had 18 shutouts on the season, and that's really impressive with the schedule that these programs play.
Yeah, Benet 19-4 with 15 shutouts. They were second place AA team, this squad, last year, losing the title game. Looking to get back there again. Irish looking to get back to the Final Four for the first time since 2015. Benet comes in on a 9-game win streak. The Irish don't quite have a win streak like that. That's because of the tournament champions in Benton or up in Davenport when we played a tough schedule. First shot on goal. It's on frame. Chance at the near post, handled by Addie Jeanetton just fine. Stayed behind. That was number 11, Gabby De Matteo, looks like there. Far side, a little further away. The numbers look a little bit smaller to our old eyes than we're used to being when we're doing these broadcasts. So
yeah, and I'll have to take a look here as well, but I believe from the games I've watched, that might be number 21 on the far side left wing.
Anna Kashmir.
And she is definitely a strength for the Red Wings. They do a great job playing out of a 4-3-3. And their wings are very dangerous getting in behind backs. You could see her speed there, and great job getting a shot off early in this first half.
It does look like 21 there, yeah, Anna Kashmir. Petrocelli, Vukas, Abbott, and Sternbenz were the 4 goal scorers in their 4-0 victory in their sectional win last week.
And you mentioned it, Benet is a soccer powerhouse. You mentioned their state runner-up finish last season. The year before that, they were in Class 3A and made a deep run into the sectional championship. The COVID year was before that. In 2019, they were the 2A state champions.
Yeah, I did see that, so yeah. Defensive mistake there. Ball skips past Meredith Oliver, and here's Kashmir. She comes in, she throws up a shot. Sailed on her just a bit, sails over the crossbar. Addie Jeanetton was there, but Addie was going to have to punch it over if she needed to. Don't think she would have been able to corral it with 2 hands. Ball sort of skipped past. I imagine Lyle Benet is a little bit more comfortable playing, a little bit more experienced at least, if not comfortable playing on turf than we are. We don't see it nearly as much down here in Central Illinois, at least for the conference season. Certainly don't see it for our home games. Does that make a difference?
Absolutely. Yeah, we haven't seen it that much this year. We played St. Charles East earlier this season, who's a 3A team from up in the Chicago area. And when they came to play us on our grass field, they actually said this was the first game they had played on grass all season long.
Wow.
So these teams up in Chicago, they're used to playing on these turf fields. And again, we got a beautiful grass field at Notre Dame, but there is a little bit difference to playing on a turf field.
Yeah, and this is what the state championships, semifinals, and championship games and all levels are played on. So might as well get used to it now if you want to find yourself competing for state titles.
That right there is what Benet loved to do. Again, I was able to watch a couple of their games from earlier this season. They do a really good job of playing some of those dicing through balls through our back line. And there you saw another opportunity, just a little run from their forward in through a channel.
Yeah.
And they're going to look to do that all night.
I think that was number 9, Petricelli, providing the service. All right, run of play so far favoring the ladies from Lyle Benet. The Irish get Maya Wardle on the ball for the first time this game. She throws in a cross. Going to be picked out though, Lyle Benet here on the counter. Ball on here to number 20, Ivana Vukas, one of the goal scorers.
I believe she's a freshman.
They do have her down here as a freshman.
She scored 2 goals in the sectional final for Benet Academy.
One more. There we go.
The Irish earned the first set piece of the game. It's kind of nice here on a football field. You don't have to guess at the distances. I'd say this is going to be from about 50, a little less than 50 yards out.
It's a good guess.
Yeah, thanks. I'm an English major, but I can read up to 40. Ellie Baring will stick behind it. She's looking to drop this in at the top of the box. She does. Get a quick little back heel flick on it from Maya Wardle. Handled by the keeper. The keeper is Shannon Clark, 0-0s. I noticed in their sectional final win, they went with dual keepers. Like, I don't know if that was a late sub when they went in and they were up 3-0 or even after 4-0. But kind of unusual. Usually at this point of the season, it's your number 1 keeper, and that's it.
Great defensive play there by Meredith to cut off that ball. But as you can see, Bennett's very aggressive. They press from their front line. Their front 3 will press our backs and make it difficult for us to build out of the back. This is one of the better, just from the film I've watched, this is one of the better passing teams I think we've seen all season.
Okay.
Every one of their players is technical. They have a good first touch. They look to pass the ball. You'll even see times tonight where their goalkeeper rolls it out to their backs and they look to build it from back to front.
Oh, that's a keeper after my own heart. I love the keeper using their passing ability with their hands. The Irish looking to keep possession here for a little bit, take a little bit of the steam out of this initial attack. Ball's pinging around there in the air. Lots of volleys and half volleys. Maddie Stickelmeyer.
Hit it.
Get it over to Claire Gerard. Claire on the top of the D. Throws in our Irish's first shot on goal, handled ably by Clark. But it's nice to see. You gotta take that. Taking right at the top of the D. You got to do that. Try to loosen up their defense, get them to come out.
That was a great job by Maddie Stickelmeyer just to kind of work through some pressure there and then release a short little square pass to Claire, and Claire was thinking shot all the way.
She was, yep. As long-time viewers know, long-time fans of the Irish. Irish have about 7 girls out there who can score from 35 yards or so. A couple that can score from 40.
I feel like the Irish are starting to settle into the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Ellie.
There's one of those girls I was talking about. Ellie Bear took that one from 30 yards out. 40 yards out, actually. I'm sorry. Didn't add my 10 yards. Ellie, you see her foot on the set pieces and the corner kicks. Nice to see it in the run of play.
Yeah, just really like how the Irish have kind of settled into the game and getting back into connecting a few passes. You know, first 5 minutes I think were Bennett's, and now it's starting to turn in the Irish's favor.
Irish get thrown on the far side there. Irish seniors are in the weird position of playing for their squad after graduating, after actually finishing their high school careers in everything except this spring sport. That make you play a little looser, a little nicer, a little less pressure, you think? I've never had that.
Yeah, no, I have not coached during the girls' season back to my first couple years at Metamora when I was assistant coach. But it's definitely different, you know.
Yeah,
and we're in our last week of the school year, but yeah, it's got to be weird when you're playing games and you're not even in school.
That's right. I never had to do it because I never graduated, so I never had that lack of pressure. See that fine foot there. That's a hop you don't get on a natural grass field.
Now this is going to be an opportunity. They earned a corner kick.
Good job there. Looks a little far away. I think that was James Years. Managed to intercept that cross attempt. It'll be the first corner kick of the game. Also the first subs of the game. Lyle Bennett's going to bring on 2 new players.
I think you're going to see a pretty traditional corner kick here with about 4 runners and a couple sitters. But they're definitely put in good balls and they're definitely aggressive. So got to do a good job challenging for that first ball.
Yeah, it looks like the height, most teams come in with a little bit of a height advantage over us. Doesn't look too egregious, though, this day. And he gets out, gets a hand on it, and manages to get it out of the box on the far side.
Yeah, she did just what she needed to do there.
Good aggression, yep. It was very, very crowded where the ball was coming down. That landing spot was full of players from both sides. Number 8, Ashley Donovan. Irish going to earn the throw, though, deep in their zone. Allie Stickelmeyer is going to take it. I've seen a few of these balls jump over the Irish's head here. Haven't quite got the trajectory of that first hop.
Yeah, we actually played our sectional here at Washington for the boys in the fall. Claire with a little bit of a break, looking to connect with Parker. She couldn't quite hit her feet. No. But it's definitely a very matted down turf surface. Ball definitely runs extremely fast on this turf field. There you can see what they're looking for. Again, those little channeled balls.
Yep, it's Ashley Donovan just in. Takes it, look back. Heading maybe to tuck in that far left post.
Yeah, it just didn't quite get enough on that shot. You can see what she was trying to do, trying to pick out that far corner.
Tell by the spin on the ball, that she did not make the connection. She probably makes 90% of the time. Addie Jeanette had it covered. Diving stop. Nice ball, just runs out a little bit.
It's a really good idea from Ellen to connect into Maddie. Maddie was available, just didn't quite hit the target. Again, on grass, maybe that stays in play, but not on turf.
Number 17, Rachel Burns. Fighting for the ball there for Lyle Bennett. A foul there on.
Yep, definitely was a foul.
Yep. Maya Wardle. Yeah, clipped her and then tried to vacate the area, make it look like she wasn't there. Using her speed to try to avoid it. It was a foul though. Number 6 there, Sadie Starbends. On the kick, rolls all the way through, unmolested to Addie Jeanette.
You can see early that Bennett is not afraid to challenge for these balls in the air. And we got to do a better job contesting for that first ball. That's two 50-50 balls in a row in the midfield that we haven't even been in contention for.
Those extra possessions add up. Well, we're nudging slowly towards 15 minutes already gone in this matchup. Neither team scored, and that's not unusual. The defensive bona fides for both of these teams is there for everybody to see. We expect a low-scoring match. They tend to be low-scoring the further you get along. Both clubs playing it careful, knowing that one goal can win it, one mistake can lose it. One of those balls you're talking about there, Mike. Yeah.
We just need Claire there, just to, if nothing else, just to jump and contest. You know, if you stay on the ground and you don't jump for it, they're going to win that ball every single time.
Yeah. It caused a second 50-50 ball to go up, and the Irish committed an infraction. Fowler gets in front of that ball. For a minute there, it was going to go straight into Addie Jeanette, but Meredith didn't hear anybody call for it, so did what she's supposed to do.
I feel like we're just trading off 5-minute goes. You know, they got the first 5, we took the second 5, and it's now their turn for the next 5.
Is that just part of a longer feeling out process than you normally would get because of the stakes of the game, or is that just the way that things have played out, just naturally?
I think it's just the way it's played out a little bit naturally. We talked about some of those 50-50 balls. When you're not winning that first ball, you tend to get pinned into your half, and there's a good little run from Maddie Stickelmeyer getting forward and allows our defenders to advance into the attacking half.
Claire Gerard out there
Yes,
again.
that's a foul.
Claire gets taken down just outside the top of the tee. It's going to be a free kick from about, I'm going to say about 17 yards, so 27 yards out.
This is a great shooting range right here. Just a really nice job by for the Irish to find Ellie in space. Ellie didn't just force the pass. She kind of drew a couple defenders, picked out Claire. Great little Claire cut back and drew the foul. Ellie just didn't connect. Oh, second ball.
Second ball came back and stuck that second ball in. Low stinger with the left foot.
I couldn't tell if that hit off of an Irish player or
Yeah.
a Benet player.
You know, somebody
Definitely struck off a player and
could
then
have
able
gone
to.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Shannon Clark, the Lyle Benet keeper, dealt with it eventually. And the Irish have been able to get the ball into their attacking third. Good things have happened. It's just that we're kind of starting our offense a little bit out too much towards the 50-yard line there. Oh, I guess that would be the 60-yard line. There's number 10, Annie Fitzgerald. Gets the ball out there to number 20, Ivana Vukic. Tries to get it back to Annie Fitzgerald, but cannot get it to her. Or back to, yeah. Long ball here, Maya Wardle's gonna run onto it. We got a little bit of a, not sure that's what number 16, the defender, Bailey Abbott, was meaning to do. Looked to me like she was trying to play it out wide. Might have skipped off her foot.
And there's what we're talking about. Quickly from the goalkeeper out to their wide back. A couple passes and they're into the final third. And you're going to see this a lot. Their wings getting into 1v1 situations with our wide backs. And those are situations they're looking to target and trying to get balls into the box.
The Irish can bring on their first sub of the game. Hannah Daly coming in. Piper Miller, Parker Miller going to go out. Still calling her by her sister's name here at the last broadcast of the season.
Is number 2, Ronnie Afikri, number 19, John Caliendo, and number 21, Anna Casman.
Hannah Daly comes in the game.
Notre Dame is number 21, Hannah Daly.
Good find.
Hannah Daly's first touch of the game. Give it back. Nice give and go. The Irish kind of stuck coming. There we go. I was going to say, Irish kind of stuck coming down this left side. Now we get the ball out to the right. Quickly back to Lyle Benet, though. And there's number 21, Anna Cashmere.
It's a nice turn. And a great job by Ellen, recovering, getting inside of the attacking player. Yeah, that'll be coming out.
Yeah. Cashmere won the ball back, but she won it back with a push in the back of Ellen there. Yeah, it was.
Ellen was definitely initially beat off the turn. Great turn. Ellen did a great job recovering, getting inside, getting her body in there, and winning back possession.
She's giving up inches in the height battle, but she's not giving anything in speed, and certainly not anything in toughness and strength. More than capable of taking on a taller player 1v1. Irish going to win this turnover, or this throw-in.
One of the areas you can even see right now is Maddie Stickelmeyer kind of creeping up on this backside. She's finding this space because she's getting picked up by Bennett's right back. If we can continue to find her into that space, I think we can get some opportunities.
Bunch of players, congregation of players over there. Probably too many. About 6 or 7 girls within 5 yards of the ball.
It goes back to that matchup. The Bennett's playing out of a 4-3-3 and the Irish are playing out of a 4-4-2. So we've got one extra player in the midfield, and it tends to be one of the wide mids that's finding that space.
We'll see if that space is available. Maddie sucked back into the defense.
You can see it right here. We just have one extra player available. Right now it happens to be Ellie, but since they only have 3 mids, if we can just continue to find the open mid, we're going to be able to advance the ball up the field.
Number 22, Nora Hansen. Playing the ball off to number 8, Ashley Donovan. Seen Donovan crack off a shot earlier in the game, so we know she's dangerous.
You can see again what they're trying to do. They look to play those cutting balls in behind our backs. So far we've done a good job. There's another one over the top, and they're going to call her onside.
Oh, good job, Addie Jeanette, in reading that and getting to her. They're literally one stride ahead. about to say, most of those cutting balls, they really look like they're concentrating on keeping them on the ground, having them skid through. That one now, from a little bit further out, was in the air. But almost every other one has been a low scud across the tops of the artificial grass.
Looks like a mandatory water break here, they determined.
Yeah, over 90 degrees or whatever, 85 degrees at game time. I like that. Comes at the 20-minute 2 mark. We got a palindrome up there, 20:02. We also have 0-0.
Not surprised.
No, no, not surprised. But this hasn't been a slog 0-0, 20 minutes like that. There's been action going back and forth. We've seen shots on goals put on frame by both teams.
Yeah, both teams have had shots, but I don't think either goalkeeper's had to make a real save so far. You know, Benet had a shot early, you know, kind of right into Addie. And we've had a couple chances down here that the goalkeeper's been able to collect, but nothing super troubling yet.
No.
I believe they've had, what, 1 corner kick, and we haven't had any yet.
Yep,
So,
set pieces from the run of play haven't been all that numerous either. Yeah, I would say neither team is lamenting any lost chances so far. No, they're not thinking like, oh, we should have had one there. I haven't seen a single thing that would lead you to believe that. And what I have seen is 2 really talented teams going at each other, and now certainly the nerves, if there were any, have dissipated from this game. The girls are just playing soccer.
It'll be interesting to see, too, if the heat plays into this game at all, just depth of each program. You know, the Irish like to especially keep all their back 4 out there without any subs. You know, Ellie, as the defensive midfielder, generally doesn't come off the field, and you know, the sun is going down, and it probably will cool off a little bit, but definitely was warm when we got here earlier today.
Absolutely no breeze. The flag, any flag that is out here is hanging straight down, 100% in touch with the pole. I had trouble with the national anthem finding the flag because it doesn't look like there's anything on the flagpole. Yeah. Speaking of subs, Benet has subbed in a few more players, a few more fresh legs than the Irish have. Irish have only thrown on Hannah Daly so far and taken off Miller. But the Irish do have depth over there, though. We have Addison Bellamy, we have Delaney Driscoll, we have other people that we can throw on.
Yeah, Lauren Delavala usually comes and gives us a couple minutes, and you know, I think the Irish have kind of done their substitutions relatively based on time, and they've gotten into comfortable substitution rotation, and I'm sure they've had some success with that so far this postseason. They'll probably stick to that plan and adjust as needed based on fatigue.
And the girls know. Girls appreciate that. Know what's going to be coming. They know when to ramp up the emotion. They know when to.
Entering the game for Benet's number 7, Brinkley Douglas.
All right, Brinkley Douglas coming into the game. Number 18 going out. Eleanor Mahan.
Yeah, we got to talk there.
Almost a high boot to Ellie Bear's chest from Abigail Chaddock.
Here's another 1v1 situation with the wing. And you can see they got good pace on the wing. That one might run away from her.
Yeah, we're going to say it's off Ellen Dahlquist. So, yeah, Ellen, I think, got her toe poke in there.
I was wondering why she slowed up a little bit, the Benet player, and she obviously knew that Ellen got that poke and just let it run out for another corner kick.
Yeah, number 7, Brinkley Douglas, just into the game now.
They do like to go short sometimes. We got to watch them running a player over. Looks like that's what they're about to do.
Yep, number 8 is going to replace number 7.
And we got to recognize this, and right now we haven't.
Ashley Donovan is going to.
Looks like they called it off.
Yep. Just switched the corner taker.
That's a dangerous ball.
Almost the exact same ball, dealt with the exact same way by Addie Jeanette, and only doesn't go out of the box this time. Now it does.
Yeah, that was a tricky one for Addie. Like, do you try to catch that or do you punch it?
Yeah.
But she was confident in her decision and got hands on it, and we were able to clear the box.
Yeah, you see Addie handle those more than punch them in the regular season, but this is not a regular season game.
We got to get some numbers here with Maya. She's all by herself, 1v4.
We got Chaddock here, number 16,
she's going to make the most of this.
She's going to look to distribute. Oh, okay, Abby Chaddock, first time there, the left foot. Ball peters out of bounds eventually like that. I'm not sure what Maya's first pass there, what she thought, whether she just didn't hit it the way she went. It went a little bit too diagonal and not as flat as I think it should have been like that. There wasn't anybody there.
That's the problem, right? I think she was going with her left foot and didn't make great contact, but she was able to get a second ball across, and Claire got half opportunity out of that.
Yep.
But honestly, Maya made the most of that opportunity.
Yes, she did.
She went with pace and tried to take somebody on, and was able to get in the box, which is always a positive thing.
Yeah, that will stick in the back of the defender's mind that this number 6 has pace to spare.
Looked like that could have been called as a foul. Jane kind of got clipped. She came out of the back.
She's going to retain possession, or gain possession nonetheless. All right, Abby Chaddock.
Entering for Benet was number 9, Sarah Petrosevich.
Back out of the game.
Number 20, Ivana Zuka. Entering for Notre Dame was number 7, Maddie Pippen.
Looks like is this Lauren back into the game there? Della Valley, who just came in. They said Sticklemeyer was in the game. She was already in it. I think it was Lauren that's come into the game for Abby.
That's a great ball from Lauren. Might earn a throw in here, possibly get Ellen up here to put something into the box.
Good ball for your first real touch of the game. That's that depth we were talking about. Irish lose nothing. And you bring in their first 3 or 4 girls off the bench.
Just really would like to see the Irish attack this first ball. Don't let Benet just go and win it. Try to create a second ball opportunity out of this.
A good flip throw there from Dahlquist.
And you can see it's just another uncontested first ball. You know, if I'm Coach Ralph at halftime, that's one thing I'm seeing and talking to our girls at halftime. Like, we have to go challenge for the first ball. Otherwise, there isn't going to be a second ball.
Yeah. Ball's running through.
Oh, a little bit fortunate.
Yeah.
There.
Meredith Oliver, yep.
And
the only thing she could do, play the
maybe
ball
she
between.
intentionally
Yeah,
nutmegged the
be.
attacking player, but you'll see that's what Benet does. Their forwards will put pressure on your backs. You do not have a lot of time back there. You got to make a quick decision. You got to get the ball quick.
Yeah, Benet definitely forced that action. Eventually turned out well for the Irish. The Irish were not the instigators of that. Oh, a couple balls slip off there. There's a couple mistakes.
Little outside of the foot shot there from Maya. Just kind of fell perfectly to her between two Benet defenders.
Flies over.
That's right. That might be the best chance of the game for either team.
It's, the most dangerous chance. Yeah, they had number 21, Cashmere for them, did have that rocket that sailed over our bar. But that was from much further out. This came from about 6 yards.
Yeah, just a little ball from Ellie into Claire, and then just dropped right to Maya, and she attacked that ball and got something off. Did whatever she could do to get something towards goal. Yeah, that's better. We won a ball.
It's the first, when we talked about, the first really missed opportunity for either team.
A little far out for that. A little ambitious.
Yeah.
Never fault someone for taking a look at goal, but that was a little bit out of Ellie's range, I think.
Yeah, she didn't make good contact, which makes me think maybe she was looking for somebody making a run, and maybe she just made that pass just a little bit too straight. We can talk about it on the ride home.
We will.
Dahlquist. Now over here on the
you
left side of the defense.
You can see she followed
Cashmere 21.
Cashmere over to this side of the field. I think that's one of the keys to the game for the Irish, is making sure you try to keep Dahlquist on her side.
Did we put Dahlquist solely on Beach in the sectional title game?
We did not. Beach played kind of the center forward position, so it ended up being our two center backs, and Ellie having to deal with Beach, but they did a fantastic job. Beach was a handful, and we really neutralized her throughout that game.
Yeah, she had quite a season. Wish her good luck in her Monmouth college career. Not the last we've heard of her, I'm sure. All right, under 14 minutes. Game is sailing along here. No stoppages in play. Not a whole lot of set pieces. No, not a whole lot of fouls. It's two good teams trying to force a mistake from each other.
Great touch by Jane to control that, get it down
done.
and connect a pass. I think we need to keep looking to take advantage of that numerical advantage in the midfield. You can see right now, you know, they have to kind of make a decision on what they're going to do with only 3 midfielders to our 4. Right now, Maddie's available. Now Ellie's available. If you can just keep finding that open player.
Well, most of our shots have come from those midfielders, and they've come from distance, which you expect from your midfielders, but in that 25 to 35 yard range.
just another thing I would look for at halftime. Can we take advantage of that numerical advantage in the midfield, find the open player, draw a defender, and keep finding the open player to advance the ball up the field? And I think we can continue to get some good looks out of that. Let's see if we challenge for this first ball. Good throw. And there's a free header again for Benet.
Yep. Not only that, but the two closest people were also wearing white jerseys.
We got to go get the ball, Rob. We got to go get the ball. Someone's got to want that ball. I mean, we're in a super sectional game. We got to get hungry.
That is both Coach Bear and Dad Bear talking there.
We got to get hungry. Someone's got to want to score a goal. And you know what? You might have to do the dirty work to create the goal.
Yeah.
Because you're willing to go put your body on the line and challenge for a first ball. Ellen's putting in great throws. We've had 3, 4 of those throws so far that have gone deep into the box. And they're just free headers for Benet.
Yeah. Not having girls leave their feet.
Here comes the through ball. You can see it.
Number 2, Rania.
And it's 21.
Fikri.
Kashmir again.
Yeah, they're looking for her there. Meredith Oliver going to cut that out. But it's going to be a throw-in for the Irish, deep in their own territory. Yeah, they're certainly looking to feature Kashmir up top. There's no doubt about it. And it was a good job there by their Rania.
You can tell she's got good speed. She's got good strength. I like that from Parker. That's all right.
Yeah, put your
Okay
body
with
in there.
that being aggressive and trying to make a play.
Let her know you're there. Good touch there by Sticklemeyer.
Yeah, it's asking a lot of Parker there. Save your legs, Parker.
Yeah. Keeper was already 20 yards out of her, off her line anyway when that started. Good thing the keeper knows where the 10-yard line is. Hard for us to see it here at the top of the box.
You know, this is getting into a crucial point of the game. Last 10 minutes of the first half, everybody's feeling a little fatigued. And this is where the game can be won or lost.
Often see it. Cannot relax. Cannot be looking at the clock, willing it to go faster.
There's that weak side ball. See how they have to pull. Unfortunately, we just weren't able to connect. But
Yeah.
you saw that's got to be their right back that's got to come all the way forward to pick up Maddie. If Maddie's able to control that, it creates an opportunity to play balls into Maya. Just got to keep finding that open midfielder.
Number 22, Nora Hansen coming into the game. Going to move over to play left back.
There's that 1v1 situation on the wide area we
Yeah.
talked about.
Looking to throw in a cross.
And wow,
Gonna get a goal
great.
kick out of it.
We'll take that.
There were multiple points of contact between both players there. I don't know who it came off of last, but
You know what? I didn't see any complaints from either team.
nope.
You know, we always talk about it as coaches. Sometimes you can just let the players decide the call.
Yeah.
Just look at their reaction and then point whatever they.
Yeah, there was had no hesitation from the
No.
side judge either.
There's another win for Benet.
Going to lead to some extra time of possession here. Abby Chaddick, just get a foot to it. Push the ball 15 yards further back.
And maybe the adjustment is just, they've got 3 center mids. Just make sure there's an Irish player next to all 3 of them.
Ball does not run out. Good job being saved. Comes a shot. Addie looked like she had it covered.
She had it covered.
Yeah, she had it covered. It's probably, what, 2 yards wide? It's tough to tell from our angle.
Yeah, you could tell she didn't look nervous about that one. She had it covered the whole way, saw it going wide.
Never went to the ground. She just moved her feet, kept upright.
And I didn't see the number of who took that shot, but I don't think they made the contact they were necessarily looking for
I
either.
think it might have been number 2, in the center mid.
There you see that
Yep.
that ball, and this is what I saw a lot on the film too, is Kashmir will start wide and then look to make a run inside the defender. Good pressure from Maya, making it difficult.
Gerard now on the ball in the middle. Taking away good defensive work there.
They're looking for it. They're looking for it. They're looking for the channel. Great job by Meredith cutting off that channel, making it difficult.
Meredith making a rare foray into the offensive attack. Meredith back in position now.
Yeah. A little miscommunication there. Kashmir was coming in, ball was played wide.
Most of those balls have been played a little bit wider. See what Kashmir was thinking.
Oh, this is a great opportunity here. We've got Parker running the middle. If Maya can win this first ball, good recovery speed by Benet.
Yeah. No.
Here we go again, though.
Bailey Abbott. Yep.
Got another Ellen Dahlquist long throw. She's going to put it in there.
Know where it's going.
Let's go get that first ball.
I see somebody from behind the defender who's going to think, come in from the blind spot. This one's a little bit deeper this time. Under 7 minutes to go.
There we go.
There we go. Claire Gerard gets in there. Means the ball stays in. Irish are going to get a throw in.
I'm okay with that because at least Claire went for the first ball, created a little scrum in the box. And from this range, Ellen could potentially put another throw into the 18.
Hannah Daly come in, replacing Parker Miller. He decides not to. He just puts that ball down there for Wardle. Hannah Daly, every time Hannah comes into the game, the ball finds her foot immediately.
Hit it.
Oh, took a deflection off of number 4 there. The Irish, very good chance there, that deflection off of Chloe Sentman.
Chaddock with the shot.
Yep.
Daly just with some great composure, found Claire. Claire with the first time left-footed shot.
Yeah.
Drops to Chaddock.
Claire just trying to use the momentum of the ball. Didn't take a back swing at all of her leg. Just tried to chip it in there low. Like to see it. Those deflections go anywhere. That one happened to spin right to the keeper. Shannon Clark.
I think both teams have been in that same situation, looking for those first-time shots and just haven't quite gotten everything on those shots, but it just takes one. I mean, today it might just be one.
Yeah, literally take one. 5.5 minutes to go here. Still 0-0 in this super sectional battle between Lyle Bennett and Peoria Notre Dame, your Lady Irish. Thank everybody for tuning in and watching on our YouTube channel, NDTV. Thank everybody who's been watching all year. Thank our sponsors, especially the match day sponsors, who make all of this possible.
That's it, Rania. Great, Chad. Good job.
You know, one of the great things about this season for the Irish is that they played a tough schedule, and when we played the better teams on the schedule, we played some out-of-state competition, we've been very competitive. So we've been in games like this before. This isn't the first time.
No.
The last time we were in the super sectional, we looked outmatched. Today, we look very competitive, and we look like this is a game we could win.
I agree wholeheartedly, yep. And Irish, 18 wins on the season, playing that tough schedule. Speaking of tough, here is Anna Kashmir taking it in.
Shot.
That's going off the booker. I thought for all the world it was going in from our thing. It ends up.
Yeah, Eddie was beat on that one. She just was kind of looking over her head, maybe said a quick prayer, and her prayers were answered by the post. But a great bit of skill from Kashmir. And you know what? She got her half step. She didn't try to take it too deep. She had a good angle to shoot, and she took the shot.
Yep. Sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good. Irish were lucky on that one. All the world, I thought that was dropping underneath the crossbar.
It really looked like it was from our angle. Probably the angle you had on the broadcast was the same angle we had, and it looked like it was going to drop.
Yeah, it looked like that was going to touch side netting. All right, that takes the podium right now for the best chance for either team here.
There's that through ball through a channel. Kashmir's going to look to run into the box. There she is. And just past an outstretched leg of Kashmir on the back post.
Yeah, that was number 6, Sadie Starbends over there, who threw that cross in. See if she gets a little bit closer here.
Can't
it may not be
6 or 8.
6 or 8 or 9. It's a single digit. I want to give her credit. That was a beautiful, beautiful service. I think maybe it was number 8. That might have been Ashley Donovan.
Yeah, she's not giving us a good view to see it right now.
No, she's interested in playing her position correctly.
Now that looks like that may have hit the Benet player's head. She shook it off pretty quick. Generally, when there's head contact like that, they immediately stop it just to check on the player, but not this time.
2:45 to go.
You know what? We're going to look to go quick, but
good pass.
There.
Nobody there, though. Nobody patrolling mid. That was number 9.
Yeah, here we get a good look.
Petrocelli.
Yep.
Who threw in that beautiful, beautiful cross. Kashmir just missed. Yeah, this is number 20, Ivana Vukic. Haven't said her name
Yeah,
in more than a few minutes.
She's super smooth with the ball. Changes directions well. Does a nice job getting the ball all the way to the other side of the field. Yeah, I think one of the biggest strengths you can see from Benet all have is just how they attack those 50-50 balls. They're fearless. They're willing to throw their body, throw their head in there.
Yeah, they're not standing and waiting. Minute 50 to go.
They're going to try to find Kashmir out wide again.
Passes aren't quite finding in the last few minutes. Aren't quite finding their targets here.
You can tell fatigue starting to set in for both teams. I think both teams are looking for this last minute or so to run off the clock, maybe get a little bit of a breather. But, you know, like I said, this is where big moments can happen.
Yeah, that's what makes this last minute 20 so dangerous for both squads. Either team giving up a goal right now would just be soul crushing.
Yeah, Maddie's looking for some help.
Throw in goes to Lyle.
Yeah, I think
Notre Dame crowd disagrees.
Again, Benet player was smart there. You just grab the ball and throw it in.
Grab the ball and go. Possession.
And a lot of times, like we talked about, sometimes you get the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe that she just knew better than the Notre Dame crowd.
Maybe.
Coming down to 30 seconds to go here. Half a minute left in this first half of the Super Sectional. 0-0 between Lyle and Benet, Peoria, Notre Dame. Excuse me, Peoria, Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think both teams. Maya had the chance from close range, maybe 8 yards out, poked it over the goal, and Kashmir's hit the crossbar. Probably the 2 best chances of the game so far. But we stay at zeros, likely headed into halftime. 10 seconds remain.
10 seconds to go here. Just get a boot on the ball there, yep.
6,
Nothing will come out of these last 5 seconds.
3, 2,
He says.
1.
And I was right. All right, the end of this first 40 minutes of the Super Sectional title game in 2A. Finds your Irish. 0 on the scoreboard. Lyle Benet, 0 on the scoreboard. I'd say a fair result of the first half, score-wise. It favors the run of play, 0-0.
I'd say so. I'd say so. I think both teams probably go into halftime, maybe looking to make a couple adjustments. I think for the Irish, it's pretty simple. I think we need to do a little bit better job challenging for those 50-50 balls, whether it's off goal kicks and punts, or if it's our long throw going into the box to create second ball opportunities. And again, if things don't change at halftime, I doubt they will formation-wise. I think we have that advantage in the midfield. If we can just link some simple passes to find some space to get forward, I think it'll be there for us in the second half.
All right. Hope you enjoyed that first 40 minutes. Look forward to bringing you the second 40 minutes and whatever comes after that in about 10, 12 minutes of real time. We'll see you then. Welcome back, Peoria Notre Dame Irish lady soccer fans, to NDTV, our YouTube TV channel. Happy to bring you the second half of the sectional title game between your Lady Irish and our visiting ladies from Lyle Benet Academy up north in Chicago. About a minute gone here in the second half. It's a 0-0. Well played first half. 0-0 flattered the game. That is a score it should have been. The way both sides played in the first. Both had their chances. Both will rue each a really good missed opportunity. Coach Bear, I'm Rob Kenny here with Coach Mike Bear. Mike, you said you look for neither side to change their shape, but maybe make a few tweaks to what they were doing with those shapes.
Yeah, if I'm Benet, I probably nice skill from Maya. Good cutback ball. Yeah, if I'm Benet, I probably don't change much. You know, I think they did a good job moving the ball around. They've been super aggressive. They created the best chance of the game. They hit the crossbar. I think for the Irish, we mentioned a couple things, just being more aggressive to combat Bennett's aggressiveness. And also, too, to maybe take advantage of that 4v3 in the midfield that we have. And you got to move the ball quick, you know, because Bennett's doing a great job of pressing us as soon as we get the ball. You got to move that ball extremely fast.
Sun is now low enough in the sky that it's actually below the clouds. So we got half the field bathed in sunlight. The lights are on. They'll take effect here near the end of the game, or the nearer the end of this half than the beginning of this half. Abby Chaddock with the ball out here, trying to play it in. Going to do a give and go. Going to end up being a give and go goal kick. A give and goal kick.
Close enough.
Close enough. It's two letters short. Shannon Clark, 0-0. Fine keeper for Lyle Benet. We'll take the first goal kick of the half for either squad.
Here's one of those 50-50 balls we've been talking about.
This one comes.
And again, just gets through two Irish players all the way on the ground to midfield.
That one came a little bit lower than the previous ones, but yeah, it just bounced. Fortunately, nobody in white got a touch on it either.
And we've had games, and at this point, right, it's less about learning lessons and more about winning games, but we've had games before where we have someone on the sideline literally just tracking every 50-50 first ball win. But like I said, at this point, you know, it's less about learning lessons and more about winning championships.
Yeah, it's time to stop putting stuff into the spreadsheet. I'm going to get a long throw in here from Ellen Dahlquist. These were potentially dangerous in the first half, but the Irish could never quite be the first touch on any of them. They are not again. Ellen going to put this one back in. It's going to balloon on her. I think that was maybe a shot. Ellen just couldn't quite keep it down. She was definitely going to put something on the back post, whether she was trying to sneak it inside it or just find a teammate lurking there. Good for the Irish, though. They've forced 2 goal kicks here early on. Going down to the 4 minutes gone mark here in this first half, or second half.
Yeah, I think if you're Notre Dame, you couldn't have asked Ellen to put that ball into a better, more dangerous spot. I mean, that landed almost middle of the goal, right at the top of the 6. And again, it just happened to be a free header for the Benet defender. Yeah. And again, I would just love to see any Irish player just be super aggressive and go for that ball. Even if you were to foul, what are you going to do? You're going to give him a goal kick.
Yeah.
You know, take a chance, throw your body on the line, be the hero.
110 yards away from their goal. Number 10 with the ball in dangerous position. Allie Stickelmeyer's going to head it away. There was Annie Fitzgerald for Lyle Benet putting that ball in. A little bit there, even on defense, we were waiting for that ball just to come down perfectly instead of just, you know, running forward, getting your body on it instead of just, you know, sort of shuffle it out of danger.
Benet does not wait. They go get the ball.
Good job there.
It's a great win by Jane.
Number 12, Gabby Hedden.
There we go.
Pump that ball back in.
That's great from Claire.
Irish going to earn that free kick then. Claire Gerard's going to earn it for the Irish. She earned it with her aggression.
Benet is not going to back down. They're going to continue to challenge for those balls. Starting to see a little bit of that from the Irish. Jane with a great win along the back line. Claire putting her body on the line, challenging for that ball, earning the free kick. Just need more of that. The
ball immediately turned into a counterattack. This is Casimir. She's got the.
It's going to stay in bounds. Yep.
Yep, she couldn't get across. Got across off, but intercepted by Addie Jeanette, and Addie had it well played. There was a player there, but never really going to be in danger. But speaking of danger, we know that from the first half that number 21, Anna Casimir, is likely their danger woman. She's got a woman of the match whiff about her. You just see it out there.
Good hustle. Good hustle.
Irish earned their first goal kick of the day, or of the half rather. A half that at the end of it, hopefully, if it ends at the half, the Irish will be a winner. But you know, this game's getting a little bit overtime
written all over it, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? It's got a little sundown action.
I guess from my perspective, I hope it's ended on the field with a goal.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
I hate to see a game go all the way to penalties.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of it though.
It is, but it's a inelegant part. The ball is just going to run out there, but the build-up for it was nice for Benet there. That was their bread and butter from the first half there. A couple short little passes and
Yeah, a
try
little
to
bit
get
of
the ball out
combination
wide.
play.
Yep.
And that was another thing I noticed when watching some of their games from earlier this season. They love to combine. They find those triangles, give and goes, especially with their point forward and their wings, just to try to get in behind you.
Good job, Gabby.
It's number 12 again, Gabby Hedden. And advancing with throw-ins here. It counts, picking up chunks of yardage. 18, 22 yards at a time.
Nice ball.
Nice throw in. Oh, they get a header on it. Ends up being a shot on goal. It was outside the frame, but I mean, that's a dangerous 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face
Found
it.
that space.
These aren't even 50-50 balls. These
No.
are 100-0 balls.
Yeah,
for the
that was a
most part.
targeted ball in between two Irish players.
Yeah, nobody stepped two.
You know, one of the things I'd like to see, we keep finding the ball out to our wide mid, whether that's Abigail Chaddock or Maddie Stickelmeyer. Then I think it kind of becomes stale. At that point, really the only option is to try to find into Maya. Maybe a little bit more creativity or movement up top with our forwards, with our attacking midfielder, just to mix it up a little bit, to give that wide midfielder for the Irish some different options.
Okay.
And you'll see, we'll get the ball to the right side, and then the only real option for the Irish is maybe to play a ball down to Maya.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if Claire could make herself available, run through, check in. Here's a one-on-one situation, though.
Sniffed out by Lyle Benet. Irish, though. Good job by Ellie Bear there, trying to lock the ball into the Irish offensive half.
Gonna try to get it out of this side now. There's a nice find to find Claire, be able to switch the point of attack. Yeah, it should be called back for a foul. He's gonna let it play on. I don't know if he saw advantage there. He didn't signal for advantage.
Didn't signal for advantage,
he just
though.
called it a good, tough, clean play.
Jane Gears finding herself in the offensive action coming up. Number 19, Irish captain. Maya Wardle trying to get a cross in here, but it scoots off the top of her foot. Sails harmlessly behind the goal, but you like to see it.
Yeah, good effort from Maya. One-on-one situation. Got a half step, got a ball in, just didn't keep it in play.
Yeah, I like the fact, though, that the root of that Maya ball out started all the way on the other side of the field. We used the whole width of the field there for the first time.
Yeah.
One of the first times. Creeping down here, the 10 minutes already gone in this half. Boy, this game is just flying.
Have you heard me talk about 50-50 balls yet today, Rob?
I haven't. Just because I usually tune you out just about everything, Mike. But
You might go up and try to pull the plug on me again.
I'm just thinking, what would Coach Blackford be saying?
He'd be saying the same thing.
Yeah,
I can
he
promise.
would be.
I can probably. He's probably listening right now, and he probably wants me to be a little bit stronger, a little bit louder. Maybe put my head side down and yell that out to the field.
I
but
remember, he had some financial. He was going to punish the girls financially for take money out of their lunch accounts.
Well, he has the experience, especially on the women's side, coaching our program for many years, and he knows how important those 50-50 balls are.
Oh yeah,
Game can be won or lost on those 50-50
Yeah.
balls.
There's a reason successful coaches hammer on that all the time.
Oh, it's a free header.
Yeah,
There's another one.
They don't have the height advantage that should be allowing them to get their head literally ahead above everybody else.
You have to jump.
You have to
you
jump.
have to jump. And we talk about it all the time. Sometimes you might not win the ball, but just by jumping with the other player and putting a shoulder on them, you can put them off. We were fortunate there because that was a free header, middle of the box at the 6.
She just she ended up.
Just didn't get it down.
Yeah, she didn't get it down. She looped it a little bit more, a little less.
That's that ball. It's a great find.
And Sadie Starbends there, number 6. Or, sorry, that was number 5. Reese McDonald did a good job of getting down on the ground. Did a good job of controlling that for a girl for a sliding.
Yeah, she was kind of falling, but it was a falling perfect pass.
It was absolutely was. She made perfect contact with it.
That's a killer pass. If you can play that ball on the ground behind the defender and allow your attacker to run onto it.
Yeah, it's on the ground.
It's just a killer pass.
It's on the ground that makes it so pretty for me. You're taking that weird hop out of it.
Some space for Hannah. Come to it.
Ball cut out there by Gabby Hedden, number 12. We've said Hedden's name quite a bit here in these first 12 minutes.
No.
Gotta reach
Yeah, it's
there.
gonna run away
Yeah,
from her.
got lucky there. A little bit lucky there. Reach for that instead of playing the position, playing the man.
Turf played in our favor there as well. You know, she's never going to catch up to that ball once she had that missed touch.
Yep. That was Anna Cashmere though again.
You hear even the fans here are listening. They must be hearing me up here, Rob. I hear a lot of win the ball. We got to win this ball. At least challenge for the ball. There we go. So we got the first touch.
We did.
But we lost the possession.
Yeah.
But it's a little thing, but it's a big thing because just by losing that possession, we're not able to clear our half of the field, and we're stuck defending.
Yeah.
And here's another ball we got to deal with. You know, you win that first ball, you get a ball into their half, our backs can push up, and we can kind of flip the momentum, flip the field.
Yeah, their backs push up, their forwards have to dig back then. Yep. Oh, I understand.
Hitting for Benet is number 20, Ivana Vukas.
Ivana Vukas coming in, replacing Anna Cashmere. Don't lose much there from what we saw in the first half. I was going to say, about 5 minutes in, I was going to say it's kind of what the first half started like, except we haven't had that 5-minute run for the Irish here, really.
No,
we haven't had the alternating runs here. This has been pretty much going on close to 15 minutes of not relentless pressure, but pressure.
Pressure, yeah. I mean, they haven't had a great chance this. Well, they had the corner, right?
Yeah, the corner had the header.
They had the header, but you know, it just when you're stuck defending in your half for a long period of time, only bad things can happen.
Yes.
And you know, if I'm the Irish right now, sometimes you got to just relieve the pressure with, rather than playing a little pass, just find a big ball down to the corner. Even if you give up a goal kick, even if you give up a throw way down by their corner flag, you can move up.
It's like
just a big clear, you know.
If you can't get that defensive rebound in basketball, and they just keep giving up offensive rebounds.
There's that ball we talked about in behind the back.
Need to get this ball out. There's Ellie Bear doing just what you said there, not trying to pass it out.
Yeah, I'd love to see
Scoop it.
Just win a ball right now and play a ball to a corner flag. And you know, right now is a good opportunity. Just everybody relax. I'd love to see our defenders not just stay at our 18, but push up. You know, Addie's going to hit this ball further than 10 yards outside the 18. Let's get our backs up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. We got to get some players forward.
Addie sticks that ball.
Let's get up.
All right, there's an Irish win.
Okay.
And look what that got us.
Yep.
Picked up 70 yards of territory because we won that 50-50 ball, that first ball.
See, I got you on board, Rob.
You did.
You're on board with it.
You did. It's too bad it took to the second half of the last game of the season for me to finally understand something.
Yeah, you can definitely tell one of the strengths for Benet is that front line. I mean, all three players, no matter who they have in there, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Every time they get the ball, especially those one-on-one situations out wide, balls over the top, balls on the ground in behind.
What I like is whoever's up there, I mean, Cashmere's out now, but even though she's, like I said, she looks for all the world like one of the more dangerous players we've seen all year like that. They'll play to anybody. They're not just picking somebody out.
No.
They're not, you know, playing favorites isn't exactly the word, but they're not looking for the star.
Everybody can play.
Yep.
You can see it. Everybody can play for them, you know, which is a sign of a good team and why they're at this point.
Yep.
and why they've had so much success over the years. You can tell they're a well-coached team. They're organized. They play hard. They play for each other. They battle. You can tell this is a winning program.
Yeah.
You can see it.
There are a lot of teams with the confidence and the skill set to pull a player like Kashmir out at the 10-minute mark of the second half of a super sectional title game and leave her on the bench for 7-8 minutes and get her what could be a vital amount of rest.
Yeah.
Explains why they have explains why they have a trophy case full of shiny new toys.
Yeah, we've got just under 24 minutes left in this game. Seems like it's going to come down to one moment.
Yep. You hope it's a moment of brilliance, not a mistake, but oftentimes it's both. Hannah Daly in the game for the Irish. Forgot to mention she came in her first appearance here in the second half.
Touch on that or not?
Yep. Ball to corner. All right, the last one was frighteningly easy.
Well, one thing we didn't point out on the last corner kick, that was middle of the box, right around the top of the 6, but it was driven in with so much weight, it really didn't give Addie an opportunity to come out and make a play that time.
No, it wasn't like
it wasn't a looping ball where she could come running out. So
we saw her punch those in the first half, those balls like that. But yeah, it was a ball that had a lot more energy behind
sometimes
it.
as a defender, you can just be waiting for your goalkeeper to come make a play, and you cannot assume that your goalkeeper is going to make a play. You go for the ball until you hear your goalkeeper call for the ball. We have to jump with them here.
Comes in, it's the same thing.
It's a Benet win.
Benet win. Addie could not come out for that ball. Yep. There's no way. Too much traffic in front of her, and it's just too far out. It's in that 8, drops about that 8-9 yard mark.
And you could see the movement from Benet in the box. They have girls that are trying, we call creating space for themselves. They're starting with the defender, but they're not just standing there waiting for the ball to come to them. They're making a dynamic run and attacking the ball.
Kashmir, number 21, back in. Gonna stay on the right side there, replacing Rachel Burns.
And Ellen
number
moves
17.
over.
Yep, Ellen moves over for her mandated date with Anna Kashmir. Didn't get a handball there. Yep, it was. Arm moved forward, deliberately played the ball. Definitely made a difference in whether she had control or not. This is going to be in a dangerous position.
Yeah, they're going to set up. They're going to move players
30 yards out.
They're going to move players over into that far post area. Probably going to try to drop a ball. Irish are going to hold the 18. They're going to try to drop a ball in behind our backs and attack it. Got to stay with your runner.
Yep, going to get the 10-yard count off here. A little hard to stay.
We got a fan here. They just look at the lines at the football field. I've used that line before as a coach.
I like it. I like it.
Is she going for goal?
She is going for goal there, it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough distance. I mean, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure they've had that situation before this season and maybe have scored some goals from that situation.
Yeah.
But it's tough to score on a good goalkeeper from that angle, from that far out.
Yeah. Had they tried to do it to the near post, try to sneak it in the short side maybe. But yeah, Addie would have had that covered and sailed about 3 yards wide anyway. All right, the Irish need to take this game by the scruff of the neck and start making it their own. Because it has not been in the second half. It has been Bennett's game.
It has, and it just kind of, I don't know if you feel the same way, Rob, but it kind of feels like a matter of time. We're holding on, and in this type of game, you can't just hold on. You gotta create some opportunities for yourself. You got to play a little bit in their half. Still looking for, we kind of talked about that big moment, just someone to go in and tackle and just get the ball down the field, get some numbers up.
It's mentally as much as physically exhausting to defend for a whole half.
It's hard. It's hard to stay organized.
Yeah, you get
and they're not letting up with the pressure.
No.
They're continuing to, every time you get the ball, you're under pressure. They're challenging for every 50-50. They're putting balls in behind your backs.
Yeah, I guarantee you, if we feel it up here, Lyle Bennett's players know it too. Keeper comes out. Shannon Clark. Take that one. First time she's had to touch the ball in about 10 minutes.
And we're really limited, and there's another win. We're just really limited in our attack right now. It's kind of just direct balls forward to Maya. Kind of her having to go by herself, but here she goes again.
She is capable of doing. Number 22, Nora Hansen. Maya Wardle engaged in a titanic 1v1 battle over there that took about 15, 20 seconds to resolve. And a little bit of confusion there.
Turn and hit. Hit it, hit it, hit it.
Come on, Hannah.
I got to get that shot off.
Yeah.
You just don't have it. Hit it, Ellie. Okay, all
I
right.
like that, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you like to see
Yep.
that cannon of a leg on Hannah Daly come into action there. She was looking to pass. Her last touch was a pass. You like the unselfishness, but she has a howitzer of her leg.
And it's funny, I remember, here's the mandatory water break, but I've even heard, I remember watching her early in the season playing the JV games, and that was one of the things they were trying to coach into Hannah is like, you don't have to beat everybody and get to the goalkeeper. You got a great shot, get the shot off, and at this level, you're not going to beat 4 and get to the goalkeeper. When you find that space top of the box, you got to look to get that shot off.
Yeah, she hit a heavy ball that is hard to handle. It seems to find its way over the goal line and into the back of the net. But that was a good spell of play. That was us grabbing the game and making it ours. And now we almost 90 seconds, 2 minutes of that probably, and now we need 19 minutes and 11 seconds more of that.
Yeah, this water break maybe pays off for the Irish. We talked about it.
Doesn't come at a bad time.
It doesn't come at a bad time. Just to get them over there and say, girls, let's relax. Okay, that wasn't great, but we got an opportunity to turn this around.
Yeah.
This is your season. This is everything on the line. Yeah. We got to get some momentum here, and we've got to spend some time in their half.
Yeah.
We can't continue down this path we're on, or it's going to result, not the way we want it.
No, we got one half of this last half to go, basically. You like the result of that first 20 minutes. 0-0 still on the scoreboard, but the way we got there, we're more anxious than they are right now.
Again, we're waiting for that one big moment. And despite all the control that Bennett's had, Addie hasn't had to really make a save. If you really think about this game from start to finish, Addie's never really had to make a real save. They've had some good chances.
Yeah, their two best chances flew over.
They flew over, but
and
they had the crossbar. But she hasn't had to make a save yet.
Did go to the ground once on one, but I think it was going to sail wide, but she couldn't be sure.
Which is credit to, your back line, your defensive mid, because your whole team in general, just as a defensive unit, because despite you're giving up so much possession and so much control, you're not giving up chances.
They're not giving up good looks. Exactly right. You're not giving up good looks.
And that's a sign of a team that's got 18 shutouts on the season.
Yeah. Sign of a team with 18 shutouts, an all-state goalkeeper. And a bunch of girls on the back line who are going to play soccer next year after their high school career ends. But let's not talk about high school careers ending, because somebody's is going to tonight, and that's always the sad part.
Yeah, the super section, I was actually talking to one of the officials before the game. They don't usually talk to me when I'm on the other side of the field, but sometimes they'll talk to me on this side. And
they talk about you when you're on the other side of the field.
I'm sure they probably do.
That.
Sure they probably do. But we were just talking about the significance of this game. It's one of the, in my opinion, it's one of the greatest games in the IHSA in general, just because it's one of those games where you win, you go to the state tournament.
Yeah.
You lose, you go home, and you don't get to experience that.
Yeah.
You're so close, but you don't get to taste it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the biggest celebrations are just making the state tournament.
Yeah, you're in the Final Four. You got a state trophy. You're coming home with a state trophy.
Lauren Della Valle gave us a few good minutes there, and Chaddock's going to come back on for the Irish. Probably finish off this last 18 minutes.
Lights starting to take effect here a little bit. Sunshine fighting a good fight here to hold on for a few more minutes. Turned into a beautiful night. I really don't think the heat is going to really affect anything.
Just want to thank Washington for moving their grandstand to this side of the field. It actually used to be on the other side, and they moved it to this side.
You've been here a lot more than I have.
Yeah, probably because of the fact that the sun sets right in your face.
So the bench has always been over there, so the players always had to deal with it?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the soccer side. I just know from a football perspective, I've come to some games in the past, and they used to have the home grandstand on the other side.
Yeah, that would make it a little hard to make it hotter for sure, and a lot harder to see.
Yeah. I know Aaron Cunningham on the camera appreciates it.
Yeah,
we were over in Dunlap for the sectional final and basically staring into the sun, the camera facing right into the sun the whole game. So we got no sun in our face, and we've got a better Verizon connection, so hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast tonight.
I cheated when watching the broadcast. I just fast-forwarded to the goals.
Yeah.
I was at a wedding, so I could not broadcast here. Mike Plunkett filled in ably for me.
He did great.
Only thing he's got going for him is a way better sports mind and 40 years of experience of coaching in these games. Other than that, Cashmere's going to come with the ball. Oh, she can't quite have it settle for herself.
Yeah, Ellie kind of got over there and just got her body in the way,
Yep.
prevent the cross from getting into the box. And one of the things, you know, Benet doesn't have that long throw. So sometimes, you know, there for Ellie, just prevent the cross from coming in, give him a throw in, we'll give him that.
Yep, let us reestablish our defensive line. There was a cross that didn't come off.
And Benet again, just right back at us. You know, they're just winning this ball and it's just right back at us.
Number 20, Ivana Vukic, said her name a lot. Fine looking freshman. Number 22, Nora Hansen. There's Vukic there trying to get a shot off, but Parker Miller putting in a good defensive shift here, but that's part of the problem. The Irish have only Maya Wardle up top now. Everybody else is basically committed to defense at this particular moment, and we still don't win the ball.
No, and if you look at Benet, you know, Maya's up there, and they're still,
they still
3 to
hold
4 defenders
yeah.
back, and they're still able to apply this pressure.
Yeah.
Makes it really difficult if we are able to counter Maya having to deal with 3 to 4 defenders.
Yeah, that was trouble. I saw that too. More than that, I'm told by the Irish just being able to take control of the ball when we have a 3-person numerical advantage.
Yeah, and you can tell, I mean, we go back before the water break when Maya had the ball in the corner, and you can tell the game plan is, you know, just stay in front of her. You know, make her pass the ball. You know, don't go in and try to tackle and let her get in front of you. Allow more players to get behind you, help if you get beat.
Yep.
And you can see it over there. She just contained, and eventually was able to poke the ball away.
Some more of that sort of stale play, though, from the Irish there. I mean, that's almost could predict when that ball was played back to Chaddick what was going to happen with Chaddick's next touch.
Right.
So you could predict.
And again, if it's working, you know, you can be a little bit one-dimensional and keep finding it. As you play better teams, we call it mixing the attack. You know, vary the attack. And I think Benet, you've seen, they do a very good job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to clear this ball. This could be an opportunity for Claire if she can just get something off. But look at the swarming defense from Benet.
Claire just couldn't get that ball out from underneath her.
But
it
you
was
can
a
see
half
there's
chance.
that ball,
There's
and
Cashmere.
she's in.
She is in.
Addie might have to make a play.
There's a shot. Oh, that goes off the left post twice now. She's hit the crossbar. She's hit the post. This was an equal shot in terms of execution.
Yeah, that time we didn't have the perfect angle. We were looking at it from the opposite side, but
I'm glad we didn't, because the hearts would have been in our throat again.
Addie went full stretch for that, and she might have had it covered, you know.
She may have got a finger on it, too. She may have pushed it onto the post. We don't know that.
But, wow, I mean, Bennett's got to be thinking, what do we got to do to get the ball in the goal?
That came at about the 14-minute mark. Shannon Clark comes out of her goal mouth. Play that one.
And we just talked about it, mixing the attack, right? Benet sometimes will give you the ball over the top. You know, sometimes they'll give you the ball on the ground in behind you. Sometimes they'll play in front of you. Sometimes they'll try to take you on with their wings. It's just, it's a little bit unpredictable. And that's what makes them so dangerous.
Yeah, it's probably only their second really clear 1v1 they've had all game. It's just not how they've been choosing to play.
Yeah, and both times it was Cashmere.
Yeah, well,
one time she did it on her own off the dribble, and one time she did it, you know, off the run.
Why not use her that way?
And you got to give credit to the Benet midfielders and backs, because those balls they're playing, they're not just a lucky ball.
No.
You know, that is with a purpose. That is trained.
Yeah, it's not.
That is something they're looking for.
It's not hit and hope.
It is not. And also, too, even we talk about the weight of that pass, to be able to lay it out in her path but not overhit it where the goalkeeper can just come and clean it up. There's definitely a lot of quality there. And you're starting to hear some chants maybe from the Irish Nation over there.
Let's hope so. We got some scattered fans on our left here. I think it was red, white, and blue was going to be the...
And there we're talking about the weight, just
a
little bit overhit that time. Those are not easy balls to play, you know, over the top, on turf, make it land in stride and give your attacker a chance.
Yeah. Looks like they've taken Cashmere out again and give her another blow and put her back in here, maybe for a final charge at
Great win by
6-7
Chaddock.
minute mark.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Again, but look, we won the first ball. Chaddock challenges for the first ball, and it creates a shot. Difficult ball for Maya to deal with. That was kind of off the half volley. I think she was a little bit in a confused state. Do I strike this? Do I try to take it down? And ended up not getting a lot on that shot.
Yeah, like she was just trying to sort of scoop it into the upper right 90.
Good, Jane.
All right, Jane Gears there with that. Nora Hansen, let it run out. Take the throw in herself.
Yes, good. Switch it. Parker.
Let's go, Benet.
Find Ellie, she's free. Time. This is good. Just some composure, connecting a few passes.
Yeah.
We're going to get something out of this. Hit it, hit it.
Ball's going to come to Chaddock. She takes a shot, takes a deflection. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Nobody can quite control it. And she's going to get a long shot. Parker Miller outside the box, blocked. Irish just cannot get that last touch. Cannot get that ball to behave.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you what, it all started, though, off just some simple passes. It's Ellie with Parker, back to Ellie, you know, into a midfielder, and it's just simple stuff. Sometimes if you just simplify the game, that's where you get your best opportunities. But again, what we got to do a little bit better job of is when we're in the box, we got to be ready to shoot. You're not going to get time. Bennett's defense is swarming in the box.
He's certainly not going to get a third touch.
It's got to be a preparation and a shot.
It just seems like the ball will just not get out from underneath our feet.
When you're playing a team like this, you do not have time to take 100 touches. And there's a good example of it. You know, Ellie tried a little pullback, got poked, and here we got a counterattack.
Yep.
And you could see what she was trying to do.
Too direct, too heavy.
Yeah, she was trying to bring that back across to the freshman running on the left wing and just couldn't quite get around. Get around it.
Couldn't quite get her foot on it and get that right to left curve. And
Okay.
was number 9,
Oh.
Kira Petruccelli.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. It looked like Hannah was the one that got tripped up. Maybe it was before that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was looking down my scorecard to see a name of somebody on Lyon. Missed it.
But doesn't seem like a lot of complaining out there.
Nope.
So, I mean, I may have missed something that Hannah did.
Very clean game in that regard. From now, we are, of course, as far as we can be away from the benches. We don't know what the coaches are saying.
Yeah.
But the players certainly haven't been yelping about anything.
No, I think, you know, it's one of those games, I always say it, you love to see it where it's the kids deciding the game.
Yep.
You know, and there's been nothing so far that the officials, I think they've called what they needed to call. They've let go what can be let go, and they're letting the players decide this on the field.
Yeah, that's one of the things that made it such a fun game to watch. Despite the 0-0 on the scoreboard, it's been free-flowing.
Tell you what, we talked about those 5-minute goes, and the last 5 minutes Irish have done much better.
Yeah, that is about a block that the Irish have won here. And there's Vukic.
Pressure girls.
Ali Stuckelmeyer, a good first win. This is that one, though. This is Vukic,
trouble.
the
This
freshman.
A 3-on-2.
Oh, they find her. She just doesn't make contact.
Oh.
Addie, the ball. Bothered by her own defender. The ball is just spinning up there, bounced off her hands. We're lucky they did not make very good contact with that left-footed attempt.
How many times have we seen that tonight? You know, a ball passed across, going for the first-time shot, and just not hitting it.
Yep.
Super clean.
Yep.
And it's been for both teams.
Yep.
And both teams have had that opportunity.
Yep. I believe that was Kira Petruccelli, number 9. Just didn't quite get the contact she wanted there.
Sometimes it's just you know the way your hips are facing, and
Yep.
sometimes when you're facing out wide, it's difficult to wrap your foot around that ball and make good contact towards goal.
Scoreless draw at the 8-minute mark. About when that happened, the super sectional title game might have something to do with it. You're just a little anxious.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting anxious.
Yeah, I know.
For all these girls out here.
It is. Both teams have put so much into this game. And you hate to see a team come out on the losing end of something like this. But, you know, the IHSA can only take 4 to the Final Four, right?
Yep,
So it's got to be a winner.
It'd be awkward to have 5 people in your Final Four. Looks like Anna Cashmere's entered the game, re-entered the game over there.
Oh, that's just a great tackle
It
for
is.
both girls.
That was both girls on nothing but ball there, both girls.
And both kind of went down. They both won the tackle.
Yep, yep, and both popped up. And there is Cashmere. She's going to look to create instead of receive this time.
Oh, it's a good ball.
It is, it's
And
Petticelli.
that's Meredith. That's Meredith with a great job, not obstructing the attacking player, but just getting her body in between the attacker and the goalkeeper,
Yep.
allowing Addie to come out and make a clean play.
Yep, Meredith has allowed that empty space. It's a good job. That's second time Petticelli.
Yeah, the biggest thing you can't do there is you can't just stop and impede her path, which she didn't. She continued to move towards the ball.
She made a soccer play.
She did. She made a soccer play.
5:40 to go here. Starting to feel the tension now.
Yeah.
You can feel it wafting through both fan bases.
And it kind of giving me flashbacks to the fall. Yeah, it's a super sectional for us. It took us down to the last 2 minutes of the game to find our goal. But it felt so good when we got it. And,
Yeah,
and
I bet it did.
whoever's able to get this goal is going to feel really good.
Yep, somebody's going to have a good story to tell. We said it had a whiff of overtime about it earlier on in the broadcast.
And I believe it's 2 10-minute overtimes that are going to be played out in their entirety, not golden goal. So if you get through this final 5 minutes, you play an additional 20 minutes. And we talk about fatigue and fitness levels and the weather, and you know, it becomes a little bit of guts. You know, who wants it more? Who's got a little bit left in the tank? One of Coach Ralph's big saying they put on the back of their shirt is "empty the tank." So they're definitely doing that today.
I like that. This is when running the hills there between the football fields and the parking lot pays off.
Yeah, those kind of moments, and I'm sure Benet does the same stuff. They try to give you, it gives you a little bit of a mental edge in a game like this. Claire's on the loose here, and she's going to pull out a defender. Maya went for the cut.
Yeah, she went for the cut back. Defender didn't fall for it.
And it's a good play. You know, hindsight 2020, I would have liked to seen Claire go a little bit more with the ball. Here she comes.
This is Cashmere.
Cashmere's on the loose.
Fortunately for the Irish, sticks it right at Addie's net, and Addie handles it with her normal calmness. There she is, do it now.
It's a tough angle to score from.
Yeah.
You know, when you're out that far, but again, she about had the same angle of 10 minutes ago,
Yeah.
and struck the post. So
she's used to hitting the woodwork from anywhere, so yeah, why not give it a try?
But Claire, when she was carrying, she was at the point where, here it is again. Can she engage one of the backs?
Yeah, not have a midfielder be the
Right.
soul.
Not
Okay.
allow a midfielder to recover. And if you can engage a back, it just opens up some space to play into one of your forwards. And if you don't engage a back, you get top of the box, you rip one. Ellie might be in that position now. She's kind of sneaking up. Can we get a shot off? Yep.
Flies over.
Yep.
Claire Gerard got it. You were talking about it right at the top of the box at the 18-yard mark.
But better that time. She didn't take
Yes.
3 touches. It was a touch to settle and a shot.
Yep.
And that's definitely improvement to see that from Claire.
Guarantee you that was Shannon Clark's most anxious moment of this second half. 2:30 to go, 2.5 minutes to go here in the regular season, or the last postseason game for one of these two squads, unfortunately.
Yeah, just ran out of real estate.
Yep. She may have lost track of where the out of bounds was there.
Looked like she
Yeah.
did not realize she was out of bounds. She
Yeah.
was going to play it onto the track. Yeah, I agree with the official there. That's tough to call. It just bounces up into her. Her hand's in a natural position.
Yeah. Ball traveled about 1.5 yards.
Yeah,
from
not
the
much.
Foot. Yeah, from
not
the
much
foot
she
to
could
the
have done
hand.
about
No,
that.
there's no. Only human. Under 2 minutes to go now. crowds been fine all game, but now they're really starting to get noisy. It hasn't been a whole lot to, not cheer for, but Maya Wardle.
And just, again, they've done that all night.
You just,
you know, it's
flock to the
1,
ball.
2, 3,
Yep.
especially when you get around the box. Turn, find her wide and serve it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
no one's coming,
no.
serve it. Yeah, you can kind of see Maddie Stickelmeyer on that back post, kind of throw her hands down a little bit like, hey, I'm over here, served at the back post.
Yeah, stick the ball in high, stick the ball in above the heads, let it drop.
Yeah, put one in there. But that's where you got to give, again, just a great back line for Benet. When you get the ball around their box, they're coming. They're bringing numbers, and they're going to deflect shots, and they're going to get good clearances, and they're going to challenge for head balls. You can see it there. We call it defending your box.
Under a minute. The Irish managed to take a minute off the clock there in that attack, but didn't get anything out of it. The ball skips by the defender. Abigail Chaddick gets run off there by Petrocelli, though. Good job of coming back, put in her defensive shift there by Kira and Petrocelli.
We got 30 seconds roughly, and you got a handful to deal with here.
Yeah.
You got to throw. So under 30 seconds now. If you're Benet, one more opportunity here before we go to overtime. .15 seconds.
King Gears manages to get that ball
Yes,
out.
get it cleared.
You start to see some.
That's not what we want.
No.
10 seconds.
9, 8,
And looking like we're going to head to overtime here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
We will. 80 minutes of high-quality soccer between these two teams. They've each made it to the Elite Eight of the AA IHSA women's section or soccer tournament here in 2023 season. They're going to come up play 20 minutes more about. Going to get a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back and set up the first of 2 overtime periods for you. See you then. All right. Welcome back, Peoria Notre Dame Irish soccer fans. We're giving you bonus content here today. An extra 20 minutes, 2 10-minute halves. Basically, you play a mini game, Coach Bear. No golden goal. Play it out the full 20 minutes. If there is no winner at that point, and it could be, game could end up 3-3 at the end of those 20 minutes like that.
Yeah, I'm exhausted, Rob. I'm going to sit down.
You're going to sit down. You're going to stay sitting for about 13 seconds of this first 10 minutes, and then you're going to be out right back up.
You're right. Probably as soon as the whistle blows, I'll be back on my feet.
We were talking a little bit here at the 5-minute break, which went very fast, that the Irish really were equals. In that first half, that was 0-0. This is a 0-0 where they just didn't necessarily hang on, but they were under pressure far more than they were putting pressure on.
Yeah, it wasn't until probably the last 5 minutes of the game where we started to build some attack and created a couple opportunities to score. But Bennett's got to be thinking, what do we got to do to win this game? And, you know, we were just talking about it off air, but I'm not a huge fan of the play it out 2-10s, especially in a game like this. It's 0-0. They played 80 minutes. If someone scores, let them celebrate a super sectional championship. It creates a whole other dynamic, right? Because if you give up a goal in overtime, and let's say you give up an overtime 5 minutes into the first period, you can give everything you have. You can change your formation. You could go guns a-blazing to try to get back in the game.
Yeah. I'm sure the mini game aspect is to give both sides the equal amount of time on both sides, both weather, wind conditions, whatever, whatever it is. I understand that, but
yeah, that makes sense. It used to be 4 overtime periods. It was golden goal, but you could play out 4 10-minute overtimes.
Yeah, put another half.
Yeah, and you'd see some exhausted bodies before you would go to penalties.
Yeah, that's just in the broadcast booth. Maybe talking about what's going on down on the field. All right. Quick little reset here, 0-0 between these two teams. 19-win sectional title winners, Lyle Benet. 18-win sectional title winners, Peoria Notre Dame. Playing for the right to go to the state Final Four and say you brought home a state trophy in the 2023 season. Irish are going to get a free kick here.
Is that a handball call?
I did not see the.
Let's see exactly what happened there. I don't know if we.
I was trying to measure the
couldn't tell for
distance. Sure. John Donnelly, our spotter extraordinaire in front of us here, says it was a handball.
Handball.
Says she used the first 2 digits of her left hand. That's how much he's paying attention. Buddy Bear's going to stand over this. 47 yards out. Drops it in. Irish win it first. Abigail Chaddock wins it, gets the first 2 touches.
This is where you just start flying around in there, make something happen, put balls.
Yeah, hope for the handball in the box. Cleared out eventually by Lyle Bennett's fine defense.
And here they come.
Yep.
You know, this is the thing. They're not just going to sit back. They're coming. And they forced our defender into kind of a rush pass into the midfield. They were able to turn us over, and
number 20,
here they are.
Vukic putting on the pressure, and she did the entire first 80 minutes of the match. Ali Stuckelmeyer, number 8 for the Irish, can take this throw in here, but we're going to have a substitution first.
Entering for Benet is number 2, Rania Fikri.
Rania Fikri returning to the game.
Good little switch of play. Again, just working it through the midfield. Claire to Ellie. Out to Chaddock. This is nice. Just really controlling things. Finding the switch again. Yeah. Maddie just ended up getting stuck on the ball a little bit too long. But I like what I'm seeing here from the Irish to start the overtime period.
Yeah, Claire Gerard gets a shot off.
Oh, and that's just wide.
Goes wide, probably about a yard or so wide. We don't have an angle to see what happens on the near post.
But wow, what just a great spell of possession there. Nothing too complicated. 10-yard passes, switched the field a couple times, had some composure, found the open player, and Claire ends up in some great space, and that was one of the first balls we've seen actually struck well towards goal.
Yep. Had the pace, just did not quite have the direction.
There's a good win from Ellie. That's what we need. It just seems like the Irish have come out of this overtime period, maybe off a little bit of momentum from the end of the regulation.
Yeah, well, maybe they're counting their blessings. You know, you go into that break after the final 40, if you're Benet, kind of deflated even though you're going into overtime.
Yeah.
Vukic can find Anna Kashmir.
This is a one-on-one situation, again on the wing. Watch her cutting in.
Tries to find Vukic, can't find her. It's number 10.
Oh, that's a good shot.
She puts it in the back of the net. Annie Fitzgerald.
Zero by Benet.
Ball missed its first mark. I think Kashmir is trying to find Vukic, a fine-looking freshman, number 20. She couldn't quite get her foot on it. It falls to unmarked momentarily. Annie Fitzgerald, who puts it into that side netting from the right side, puts it into the left side netting. And now we're kind of happy it's not a golden goal.
I was just going to say I couldn't agree more with the IHSA decision to move to 2 full 10-minute overtime periods.
Masterful, masterful. That goal comes at 6:05 here in the first overtime period, meaning the Irish have 14 minutes and 5 seconds to extend their season.
And you just got to pick yourself up. You know, at
Yep.
this point, you're playing for your season. Again, you have a little bit of an opportunity. I believe it's just switch sides. There's not a halftime break.
Halftime, no.
But you might have just a minute or so to even change your formation. I know the Irish have played a little bit out of a 3-5-2 this year. Maybe able to just switch into that because you have some experience with that. But you got nothing to lose at this point. You have to score to stay in this game.
All right, let's see if the Irish can get it in the final 5 minutes, 45 seconds here, this first of 2 overtime periods. For the first time all game, a team is looking up at their opponent on the scoreboard. It would be the Irish looking up at Lyle Benet Academy.
And it was almost a replica of the shot we saw from Kashmir.
Yeah.
That didn't quite dip underneath the
Yeah.
bar. And it just, that one had a little bit more dip and
Yeah.
stuck underneath the crossbar.
Yeah, it was like the first one from Kashmir in the first half. It was a dress rehearsal for that one from Annie Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, also a freshman.
Yeah, Bennett's got a bright future with Fitzgerald and
Up there, Ivana Vukic.
Vucic.
Yeah.
Yep, number 20 here on the ball.
Yep, 2 players you can build around. But they're not thinking about next season right now, or seasons down the line. They're looking at a 1-0 hold on a super sectional victory and a spot in this weekend's Final Four.
Yeah, and obviously you'd have to say overall they probably had the better of this game. But the Irish have generated some good chances to score, and this game is far from over.
Yeah, it was their really first chance of this overtime period where the Irish had a couple. All right, 4:30 to go. Sub
Yeah, and so
coming on.
you can see they're starting to work some substitutions in here probably to kill off the clock. There is a rule if you're leading with 5 minutes to go in the game, on your substitution, the clock will be stopped, but we're still in the first overtime period. We'll
Smart
see
play.
that in the second overtime period with 5 minutes to go. If Bennett's still leading, that clock would have been stopped for the substitution.
That is a rule I agree with. A rule change I agree with.
And we just got to keep our composure. You know, some
Yep,
of our best
a lot
chances,
of time left.
some of our best chances have come off just simple passes. We can't just start to get to the point where we just start lumping balls forward.
Yeah, we got nothing out of playing long balls and letting Maya run onto them. We got nothing out of shooting from 35 yards out. I mean, it may come a point where we may be taking those 35-yarders.
Yeah, I think you're going to see us eventually go to a 3-5-2 or a 4-3-3. I think we may have, trying to see if we've already switched out of that and moved Maddie to the wing. Maybe not yet, but I could see us going into a 4-3-3. Earlier this season when we've been down late in games, we've made that change and had some success. You know, the Rochester game when we got down late, we scored a goal very late in the game after going to a 4-3-3.
I personally like the 3-5-2. We have the speed on the outside of our backs out there. We leave Jane and Meredith back as the 2. You bring Ellen and
Ellen
Allie.
and Maddie, and
Ellen, whoever's playing the wing backs.
Not going to say it, Rob.
You can. You get two extra ones now in overtime.
Okay.
You
Well,
haven't used them up. You like timeouts. They give you extra in overtime, Coach.
Then we got to jump for that ball as another free header for Benet inside our attacking box. And again, you got to give Benet credit. You know, there's something to that. They're putting themselves in the right position to win those balls, and they're attacking those balls.
Yeah,
they're not afraid to head it. It's not luck.
It's not luck that they find it themselves.
But I don't know if I'm Notre Dame, I just go to a Benet player and say, "You're going to take me to the ball. I'll go with you."
Yeah. I'll run with you and see what's so interesting. Yeah. So I used to tell my kids, my younger kids when I was coaching, why don't you run where they're running? See what they're running to. It might be something interesting in wherever they're going. Like maybe they're giving out a puppy or something.
You never know.
You never know until you get there. All right, down to the 2-minute mark. First overtime period.
And it's funny how this works too. Just sometimes naturally you get the lead and you think you got to sit in and defend, and that's kind of what's happening to Benet here.
Yeah, they don't have anybody up top except Casimir on the far side. It's not the look we saw. Like my brother Dave texted me in the first half. He says it looks like their top 3 don't ever come past midfield.
Yeah, it's one way to play a 4-3-3. You say, you know what, we're going to keep 3 up, which means you're probably going to keep your 4 back.
Yep.
And
make it a battle in the midfield.
Make it a battle in the midfield. And I think that's why they're always able to quickly release those balls into the channels, either on the ground or over top, because those 3 attacking forwards are always there.
You always got white jerseys in your line of vision.
Whereas, you know, we end up kind of being forced just to have Maya high, and she's back there with 3 to 4 white jerseys, and that's just an uphill battle.
Yes, it is. She tends to attract a lot of attention. 1 minute left in this first 2 10-minute overtime periods. Second overtime period, we'll see the Irish probably looking to erase this 1-goal deficit now, looking at about 4 minutes into that first overtime period. Annie Fitzgerald, number 10 for Lyle Benet. Put in a beautiful shot. Irish get one more chance here for a long throw from Ellen Dahlquist. I'll say it now, Irish have to jump for this.
I do.
Comes in low with some speed.
There's another Benet win. I felt like we tried to challenge for that one.
Yeah, we did. Claire Gerard did go up for that one. It was just over her head.
And
you know, from a coaching perspective, Ellen's playing great balls, but we're not winning them, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's a time we go away from that.
Yeah.
You know, instead of the long throw, let's throw the ball into someone's feet and try to
target.
Try to get a clearance or win a corner.
Or let's throw it down the line. Yeah, try to get the ball.
I mean, Bennett's proven that they can defend their box very well, and we're not winning them. So at some point, you can keep saying, "Hey, win a ball, go challenge," or at some point, you got to try something a little bit different.
Yeah. You keep saying, put your head through the wall. All right, we're gonna have a 2-minute break here. We'll stay with you during this 2 minutes. At the end of this 2-minute break, we'll be looking at the last. If you're Lyle Benet, what you hope is the last 10 minutes of this game for the Irish. What you're hoping is a productive 10 minutes that at the very least gets them 1 on their tally side of the scoreboard. Right now they're down 1-0. A goal from Annie Fitzgerald, Lyle Benet, about 4 minutes into that first half. 84th minute of this game before anybody scored.
And if the first half is first overtime period is any indication of what the second overtime period is going to look like, Benet seems very content. You know, they haven't allowed many goals all year long.
Yep.
They seem very content just to give Notre Dame the ball, maybe just have some clearances and just watch the seconds tick off the clock.
Absorb the pressure, yeah.
Which if I'm an Irish, supporter, fan, player, coach, I'm okay with that. You know what? Give us 10 minutes to live in your half and just put balls into dangerous areas and make you defend.
Give us
make you earn the victory.
4 or 5 really good opportunities to put one in. Yeah, I undoubtedly think they'll just keep Casimir up top. Not as token out there, because she could score any point in any game. But yeah, and then just put everybody else in and absorb the pressure, clear the balls.
And I think you're going to see a change here. Just this is my guess. I have no direct contact with the coach right now on the sideline, but I would expect to see something a little bit different. Just kind of watching how they set up here. It looks like Maya's coming out wide. Potentially we're in that 4-3-3.
Yeah, the same nominal back four. Jane maybe shift into a diamond. Jane is back solo right now with her 3 fellow defenders in front of her.
Yeah, or maybe we're. Well, we'll see how this plays out.
We will.
I could see us having a little bit of a change. We'll see what this looks like.
Yeah.
From the Benet perspective, looks like they're still playing their 4-3-3, but they've switched from 1 defensive midfielder to 2, just to add a little bit more protection in front of their back line.
They're still trying to score there. That's one of those normal passes there. It just went behind their own person instead of the defender.
Yeah, we need some more numbers forward. Right now, we got Maya running into the corner with the ball.
Trying to run on a 50-yard ball.
And we've got no one up there with her. I mean, Parker kind of trailing late. Like I said, at this point, you lose 4-0. It's no different.
Yep.
Right, than losing 1-0. So I think at this point, we got to start taking some chances.
I just have to change the defensive shape if you look at it there. They have.
It's all right.
Yep. Almost playing a diamond with someone in the middle, with Meredith Oliver in the middle of the diamond.
We're going to try it again. I think about the 15th time is the charm, right, Rob?
I think that's, yeah. I think that's what then.
Is that what the saying is?
I think it is. 15 times the charm.
Hit it.
Oh.
I think the keeper did touch that.
Yeah, Allie Stickelmeyer put the ball a little bit wider.
I don't know. That looked like a clear touch to me. The ball did change direction.
Shannon Clark, she certainly tried to touch it because she was worried about that one.
Yeah, I think we saw that up here. Officials conferred and went with a goal kick. I mean, that's a big moment. You know, you hate to say it, but a corner kick is obviously one of the best opportunities to score in a soccer game, and to not get that opportunity is. But there's going to be more chances here. I don't think this. We still got 8 minutes to play.
Fan for. Well, Ben's saying take it to the corner away. A little early that. Hard to do that for 8 minutes.
I don't think I've ever seen that at the 8-minute mark, but.
But Bennett will be in no hurry to take this throw in.
Yeah, I think we're in some form of a 3-5-2 because Ellie is playing a wide midfielder position on the right-hand side. Still looks like we have two players up top, Maya and Parker. She can't play on the ground.
Yep. Dangerous play.
Yep. That's the right call.
Yep.
And let's get some numbers forward and let's get a big ball. And here's another a big 50-50 ball right here.
Meredith Oliver is going to stand over this. She's going to be taking it at just about exactly the 7-minute mark here, the second overtime.
But again, I wish we could run that almost back on a replay. It wasn't like that ball came right to the Benet player. She read that off the kick, came from 10 yards, and won it cleanly with her head.
And we waited for it.
We did.
To us. Yep.
And it's a big, I hate to go back to it, but it's a big difference in this game. When you have two evenly matched teams, sometimes the difference is just attacking those 50-50s. Good play by Ellen.
Ball bounces fortuitously to the Irish there on that challenge. Maybe just a little shorter pass to Chaddock there instead of trying to force it into Maya in the middle. Anticipated that foul, went down.
Now they have an opportunity to just watch some seconds run off the clock.
Yep. Right, Addie Netton. He's going to take it out. Don't take it too quick here, Addie. You got to have some people up there. Approaching the half-minute, or the halfway mark of this 10-minute second overtime. Irish still down 1-0. Getting late early, as they say.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it looks like a 3-5-2 that we're playing here. You know, same two forwards with Parker and Maya. You know, I don't know if we have, you know, plan C in our back pocket. Maybe getting Ellen forward or Jane, Meredith, some of that athleticism up there.
Back up, Carol.
It still feels like when we do get the ball forward, it still feels like we're just attacking with 2.
Yeah.
And we need to get some more numbers up there.
Still kind of feel stuck.
And we do.
When we get the ball. Yeah, where they just more than happy to stay in front of either Parker, especially Maya, let everybody else get back into it and just trap us on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the numbers right now, with their back line and their midfield, it's literally like 6-2.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
This is where we just got. This is a good opportunity here. Get some numbers forward.
Where we don't care about pretty. Neither does Lyle, by the way. They don't care about pretty defending here. They're just going to get their foot, get their head on the ball, make the Irish have to come back 20 yards. Parker went up.
Go get it, Ellie.
Ellie couldn't quite get there. Ball rolled out there in Casimir. That's a good win by Ellie.
Just got to keep fighting, and this is where got to get a couple balls into dangerous areas. Here's a good opportunity.
3:45 to go. Maya turns.
Yep.
Irish get a shot off there. Maddie Sticklemeyer looks like they're on the far side.
And box
right at the
defending
goalie.
again from Benet. Anytime a Notre Dame player gets the ball around or in the box, there's 2 to 3 white players just swarming the ball.
Yeah, Maddie did get good contact there,
She
though.
did.
But couldn't get an angle. Shannon Clark handled it adroitly.
That's all right. We'll take that. Deep throw in here. 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Gonna stick with the throw.
Oh, man. That was our, out of the 15 throw-ins we've had, that was our best chance.
It was.
Came in super driven. I don't know if anybody touched it. And a ball skimming across the 6-yard box.
Yeah. Untouched by the Irish, unfortunately. 2.5 minutes to go. 2.5 minutes in the Irish season. Need a tying goal. Else Lyle Benet runs themselves back up north.
That's
a header.
corner.
It's going to be a corner kick, yeah.
Get an uncontested header, but we come away with it, and we're looking at short, and no one's there. Not now. Let's put one in.
Maddie Sticklemeyer is going to take it. Sticks it in at about the 10-yard mark. Shannon Clark, the keeper, comes out. Takes it aggressively. Good job of marshaling her goalie box. Yeah, there's a handball there. Yeah,
see.
that's unfortunate. Alex
That's just
Sticklemeyer, that's
completely
gonna take.
unlucky.
Yeah. Right call.
Yeah, it's just
Ball just hit her right in the hand. Definitely affected the play.
bad timing because
Yep.
really there were no Benet players forward.
No.
There was four
No.
Irish players. We were going to come away with that
Going
ball.
to cost the Irish 35, 40 seconds.
And if
May
it-
cost them more than that.
and,
And call it
you
offside.
can get him for kicking the ball there away. It's way up. It's way up. You know, I don't love the Benet player kicking the ball after
No.
the whistle there. I mean, he could have just stopped the clock. But it did take us 5 or 10 seconds to get that ball back to where it needed to be.
Nice, Parker. Nice, nice, nice.
1 minute remaining.
Over the touchline. Throw in for Lyle Benet will come with 50 seconds or so to go.
I've seen crazier things, Rob,
Yep.
in this
Oh,
game.
yeah.
And
This is why there's a clock. This is why there's a clock. You play until there's 4 zeros on it.
we just got to get a ball forward.
We got to get control. Yep.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Ellen. Just something big forward. Second ball.
30 seconds to go. Meredith
That's
Oliver
okay.
throws it forward. We don't get a touch on it, though. Goes past Maya. Maya was trying to get a flick on to a teammate. Going to come down to Maddie Sticklemeyer with some room, maybe? No. Ball put out wide smartly. One last stop. Well, that's going to be go out to. It's going to be the end of a magnificent season for your Peoria Notre Dame Lady Irish. Going to end the season 1 game short of the Final Four. We congratulate Lyle Benet Academy on continuing to continue their season. We wish them good luck in the Final Four. We congratulate the Irish, too, on a fine season. Say goodbye to our seniors. They know who they are. You all know who they are.
You have to give a lot of credit to Benet tonight.
Yep.
You know, they probably one of the best teams I've seen all season, not just with their quality, but the way they defended their box. And anytime we were sniffing goal, there was a Benet player there.
Yeah.
Really protected their goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper came up, did what she had to do in a couple late moments there in the game, and got the goal that they needed. Despite hitting the crossbar a couple times, they were able to get the goal they needed to come out victorious.
You would, say we're giving out, percentages like we do in soccer. This was a, 50, 55-45 game for Benet, 54-46 game. We want to give the Irish a little bit more credit. Like I said, we were hanging on at the end of this, or the second half for most of it, except for the end of it. So we give them credit. We congratulate everybody. We'd like to thank our sponsors all season. We appreciate that. We'd like to everybody who's watched us. We'd like to thank you, everybody who stopped us and given us kind comments. I'd like to thank Mike Bear, not just for tonight, but for the whole season, for running things behind the boards. Stephen Bradshaw up there today running things behind the board. So Mike will be down here with me, Aaron Cunningham, either running the board or setting everything up or being the cameraman like he was tonight. Thank Matt Blackford for his occasional appearances on these programs. And most of all, I'd like to thank you, the fans, and the players and coaches for making this season possible. It was a wonderful season, ends up short of where we wanted it to be, but it does not take away from what these girls accomplished. We congratulate them all. And again, we congratulate Lyle Benet on their win and wish them good luck in their Final Four game this Friday.
Yeah, stepping stones for the Irish.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you look at a couple years ago when we played in the Super Sectional, we've talked about it several times, just seemed a little bit outmatched against Joliet Catholic. And this season we played some elite teams. We've been very competitive, and today we played another elite team.
Yeah, we certainly did.
And we were very competitive and had chances to score and win the game. But congratulations to Benet. Congratulations to the Irish on a great season.
All right, thanks again, everybody. We'll look forward to talking to you on our next broadcast of Irish TV, or PND TV, and it will be the first either soccer game or football game of the fall season. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.